In this podcast episode, relationship expert and best-selling author Logan Ury dives into the common pitfalls people encounter in dating and relationships today. She challenges popular myths about love, discusses how modern cultural and technological factors affect dating behavior, and introduces practical frameworks and tools designed to help individuals understand themselves better and ultimately build stronger, more lasting connections. Topics include the misunderstanding of the spark, the impact of dating apps, generational attitudes toward romance, the importance of effort and vulnerability in relationships, and the shifting societal expectations around gender roles and emotional availability. Logan Ury introduces a framework identifying three common dating tendencies that often hold people back: the romanticizer, the maximizer, and the hesitator. The romanticizer believes strongly in soulmates and expects to know it when they see it, which can cause them to give up too easily when the relationship faces normal challenges. The maximizer is characterized by dissatisfaction and the constant search for someone better, often leading to missed opportunities for commitment. Lastly, the hesitator struggles with self-doubt and feels they need to be a different or better version of themselves before they can engage in dating. Understanding which tendency one embodies is key to recognizing dating blind spots and working toward healthier patterns. Logan encourages shifting from these limiting mindsets toward more sustainable approaches. Romanticizers adopting a work it out mindset, maximizers learning to satisfy, and hesitators cultivating self-acceptance and courage to put themselves out there. According to Logan, one of the biggest lies sold about love is the idea of the spark as instant chemistry. Most people mistakenly interpret the spark as romantic chemistry, but research shows it is often anxiety or insecurity. Only about 11% of people experience love at first sight. Additionally, having a spark does not guarantee relationship viability. While the spark can be exciting initially, many couples with intense early chemistry encounter significant conflicts or mismatches in values later. Logan advocates for embracing the slow burn, relationships that grow deeper and more fulfilling over time through genuine connection and effort. She warns against dismissing potential partners who don't immediately ignite the spark, urging daters to look beyond instant attraction and focus on how a person makes them feel in the long run. More than half of singles report experiencing dating burnout. Logan attributes this to the transactional and often discouraging nature of modern dating culture, especially on apps. People are frequently left hanging without explanation, leading to feelings of rejection and insecurity. This lack of responsiveness erodes willingness to engage and creates a sense of disposability in dating. Another factor is the paradox of choice, as options feel unlimited yet overwhelming, causing dissatisfaction and inertia. Unlike work, where effort often yields predictable rewards, dating involves another person's choice, making outcomes uncertain. Logan emphasizes that effort remains crucial in love, but the uncertainty discourages many. She introduces the concept of chalant dating, combining effort with sincere vulnerability, as an antidote to the pervasive battle of who can care less that has dominated recent dating norms. Chalant dating encourages showing you care openly, risking rejection to build meaningful connections. Despite popular belief that Generation Z is cynical or disinterested in romance, data shows they are in fact more likely than millennials to believe in soulmates and identify as romantic. However, Gen Z faces unique challenges: a heightened fear of embarrassment and rejection, amplified by social media surveillance culture, discomfort with vulnerability, and reduced experience with in-person romantic approaches. Many young people prefer digital interaction and over-prepare conversations, resulting partly from pandemic-related social isolation. Logan notes that 40% of men aged 18 to 25 have never approached a woman in person, illustrating a decline in basic social skills needed for traditional dating. Helping this generation overcome such fears and discomfort is critical to rekindling genuine romantic connection. There is a persistent mismatch between what men and women want that fuels frustration in dating. Many men feel they must meet traditional provider roles, such as financial success, before they are eligible to date, causing hesitancy. Conversely, women increasingly prioritize emotional availability, effort and kindness over income or sole provider status. Logan cites Hinge data showing most women prefer effort to money and reject the notion of solo provider. This disconnect means both sides misunderstand each other's desires, contributing to unnecessary dating paralysis. Additionally, societal shifts have blurred rigid gender roles, creating confusion about how men and women should behave or express vulnerability. Logan stresses the importance of communication and culturally updated expectations to bridge this gap. Online dating has become the primary way couples meet, but with trade-offs. Apps provide access to broader pools, especially for marginalized groups, but also amplify the paradox of choice and feelings of disposability. The abundance of options can lead to relentless searching and regret, characteristic of maximizers. Profiles often fail to convey authentic personality, making it hard to connect beyond surface-level attraction. Logan advises improving profiles with clear, varied photos and specific, engaging prompts that invite dialogue rather than generic statements. She highlights the importance of tailoring profiles to turn on the right matches and turn off those who don't fit, rather than trying to appeal to everyone. Additionally, sending personalized comments rather than just likes signals effort and has proven more likely to result in dates. Central to Logan's philosophy is that successful love requires sustained effort and vulnerability, not just fleeting passion or the spark. Amid a culture that rewards convenience and deters discomfort, putting in effort can feel risky. Dating apps and social media increase pressure to avoid cringe moments or public embarrassment, stifling sincerity. Logan highlights chalant dating as a paradigm shift toward openly caring, communicating, and risking rejection. She encourages people to act with honesty and courage, valuing connection over impression management. By increasing friction or minor inconveniences in life, such as choosing in-person social interactions over easy digital alternatives, people can foster deeper human connection and combat loneliness. The evolution of gender roles has left many men unsure how to be both emotionally available and confident partners, while women juggle their own expectations shaped by increased financial independence and societal progress. Logan acknowledges the complexity and the messy middle, where traditional scripts no longer fit, but new scripts have yet to be established. There is societal pressure on men both to open up emotionally and simultaneously maintain conventional masculinity, creating inner conflicts. Women may fear intimidating men with their independence or feel misunderstood in their expectations. Effective relationships today require negotiating these nuances together, often blending and sharing roles flexibly within partnerships rather than adhering to rigid norms. To empower daters in evaluating relationships realistically, Logan offers the Post-Date 8, a set of 8 reflective questions focused on how one feels during and after dates rather than external criteria like looks or job status. Questions focus on feeling heard, relaxed, attractive, and whether the person brings out one's best side. This tool encourages appreciating the dynamic over the resume. Logan also urges shifting mindsets. Romanticizers should adopt the work-it-out mindset, realizing effort is essential. Maximizers should practice satisficing by clarifying deal breakers and committing to partners who meet core needs rather than endlessly searching. Hesitators should prioritize self-worth and readiness without waiting for perfection. Drawing from research, Logan explains that many commonly held priorities, such as physical attractiveness, similar hobbies, or financial status, matter less for long-term relationship success than qualities like kindness, emotional stability, growth mindset, effective conflict resolution, and the way a partner makes you feel about yourself. Longevity depends more on kindness and emotional regulation than on initial chemistry or superficial compatibility. She stresses that even constant disagreements are normal. Successful couples learn to fight well and maintain mutual respect. Ultimately, whom a partner brings out in you, the side of yourself that feels safe and confident, is a crucial barometer for lasting compatibility. Drawing parallels between dating and other areas of life, like career development, Logan points out that while productivity and outcomes in work are often predictable and effort-based, love involves a high degree of uncertainty and interdependence. This unpredictability makes dating uniquely challenging and exacerbates people's fear of rejection or failure. Many are reluctant to invest effort without guaranteed results. Unlike work, where milestones and promotions reward input, Logan encourages embracing vulnerability and uncertainty in love, breaking free from maximizer tendencies that demand perfection or the perfect timing. She also notes that efforts to curate and control dating, such as overthinking profiles or waiting to be ready, can backfire, leading to missed opportunities. Building on the generational perspective, Logan details how Gen Z's upbringing amid social media surveillance and pandemic isolation fostered heightened fear of rejection and reluctance to be vulnerable publicly. The scrutiny of digital interactions, where awkwardness can be broadcast to wide audiences, creates cringe anxiety, resulting in lower willingness to engage deeply on first dates or approach strangers in public. This contributes to 69% of Gen Z reporting they are not ready for relationships despite desiring them. Logan stresses the need for this cohort to gradually build comfort with risk and emotional openness, supported by cultural shifts away from cool detachment towards sincere, effusive connection, as exemplified by growing trends like chalant dating. Logan clarifies the critical difference between settling, compromising on non-negotiable deal breakers, and satisficing, which involves identifying core must-haves and showing flexibility in less important areas. She warns against confusing pet peeves or superficial preferences with deal breakers and advises daters to evaluate what truly impacts long-term relationship satisfaction. This is especially relevant for older daters who tend to accumulate longer lists of must-haves, sometimes unnecessarily reducing their dating pool. Logan highlights research showing that overly rigid filters, e.g. height requirements excluding 86% of men under 6 feet, are counterproductive. Being willing to compromise on lesser traits while standing firm on core values and emotional needs is key to healthy partnerships. Honesty emerges as a linchpin in healthy relationships, from initial dating conversations to long-term partnerships. Logan advocates for transparent communication about feelings, fears, and needs. She critiques the culture of rigid dating rules and strict testing, which can hamper genuine connection and understanding. Expressing honest preferences, even if unconventional, and welcoming constructive feedback strengthen trust and intimacy. The podcast host shares a personal story illustrating how candidly sharing simple desires early on led to a deeper bond. Logan emphasizes that truth-telling requires courage but results in richer, more authentic relationship experiences. Logan defines love fundamentally as acceptance, being fully embraced with all one's strengths and vulnerabilities without judgment. She underscores how unconditional love creates a secure foundation from which individuals can grow and take risks. However, love alone is insufficient for sustaining a relationship long-term. Sustained effort and the willingness to face life's inevitable challenges together are necessary. Relationships go through periods requiring recalibration of expectations, especially amid major life transitions. She highlights the importance of a growth mindset and mutual teamwork, acknowledging imperfections and embracing dynamic change over static ideals. The conversation touches on the balance between feeling safe and being challenged by a partner. Logan stresses that safety, a foundation of trust and emotional security, is a must-have. However, healthy relationships also involve constructive discomfort that encourages growth and self-reflection. She cautions against confusing true emotional safety with avoidance of all conflict or difficult conversations. Partners should feel free to challenge each other respectfully rather than triggering destructive patterns. This discernment helps sustain long-term connection and development. Logan provides hands-on advice to optimize online dating profiles. She emphasizes the crucial role of a clear, smiling headshot as the first impression. Profiles should present diverse images reflecting different aspects of life, activities, full-body shots, social contexts, to tell a compelling story. Profile prompts should blend humor, specificity, and vulnerability to invite engagement and easy conversation starters, rather than bland or overly vague facts. Specificity and clarity help attract compatible matches while filtering out unsuitable ones, increasing efficiency in a crowded digital dating landscape. Logan introduces friction maxing, advocating deliberately choosing minor inconveniences or less convenient social interactions to increase opportunities for authentic human connection. In a world increasingly focused on convenience and digital isolation, intentional friction, such as using public transport, attending community events, or engaging in group activities, helps combat loneliness and expand social circles organically. This mindset contrasts with frictionless tech culture that prioritizes ease over meaningful interaction. Her personal experience living communally during the pandemic illustrates how shared inconvenience fosters deep bonds. Cultivating community serves as a foundation not only for dating, but for overall mental and social well-being. Logan challenges the common romantic trope of right person, wrong time, framing incompatible timing as often indicative of overall mismatch. If life circumstances prevent genuine connection, such as one partner being in a demanding phase like medical school, it likely isn't the ideal relationship. While self-growth is ongoing for everyone, timing involves readiness to integrate lives and lifestyle expectations. This realistic approach encourages people to avoid romanticizing relationships that aren't viable and instead focus efforts where mutual availability and alignment exist. Logan argues that people today tend to end relationships too quickly when challenges arise. Drawing on her framework, relationships require effort, and both parties embracing the inevitable discomfort of growth and conflict. The prevalent soulmate mindset undermines perseverance by expecting effortless harmony. She encourages adopting a work-it-out mindset, using difficult moments as opportunities to assess compatibility and communicate deeply rather than prematurely exiting. Dating apps facilitate easy switching, which, while increasing options, may also foster disposability and burnout. Longevity demands patience and resilience. Throughout the episode, Logan stresses that love is as much about choice and effort as it is about feelings. Unlike other domains with more measurable results, love demands tolerating uncertainty and investing in a partner daily. The goal isn't perfect chemistry, but mutual commitment and the ability to evolve together. She reminds listeners that the rarity and challenge of love make it precious and underscores the importance of choosing wisely, but also working intentionally with chosen partners. Emotional honesty, vulnerability, and calibrated expectations form the bedrock of meaningful connections in today's complex dating landscape.